this is the age-old question that many men have.
Men.
Can you turn a hoe into a housewife? Right? Is that something that's capable? I'm gonna give you my answer, but I would like to hear your answer.
I want to hear your. Are you giving your answer first?
Would you like me to?
Yeah, I would love to hear what toxicity about to come out your mouth.
It's actually not toxic.
Okay.
I think that you can.
Okay.
Right? I think that the movie Pretty Woman was a perfect example of that. When
who wouldn't have stayed with Richard Gere in real life, yo? But go ahead, I'm listening.
Essentially, that's what he did. He did it in real life, right? Well, in the movies. Richard Gere took Julia Roberts, who was a prostitute, and he cleaned her up and made her his wife. So my thing is this: when a woman is promiscuous, it's usually because something has happened. She might have got molested when she was a child. She might not have a father. She might have self-esteem issues. And then there's a variety of different things that come and just pile on to that. And once men realize that this girl is extremely promiscuous, they treat her as a tremendously promiscuous person. And there's but nobody has ever taken the time to actually try to unwind that situation. Right? So it's like if somebody actually is talented enough to unwind that situation, it's going to be difficult. That's going to be a situation that's going to be very difficult, right? But that person is probably going to be the most loyal. The ex-hoe will probably be the most loyal person because they'll be so grateful that a person actually treated them like
Talk to me, sis. What's up? Because I've been looking down with my glasses. This boy good. Mandii, you hear the tonality? This boy good.
You know what's crazy?
If you take the time.
No. You know what's crazy? And this is what I say all the time. I've been on tour with Tonight's Conversations and bless everyone.
What's up to guys?
Shout out to Ace Metaphor, Trip, everybody. Shotty just showed was the ability to complete sentences and sound like he was saying so much profound shit without saying anything profound at all.
How was it saying if you take the time to nurture?
No, and this is the problem. I think how we define a hoe is subjective, right? I mean, if we talk about turning a hoe into a housewife, you leaned immediately into promiscuity and you leaned into prostitution, coupled with the fact that they chose to do those two things only because of trauma, daddy issues, insecurity, completely removing the fact that maybe this woman just really enjoys sex, that maybe this woman has navigated the industry. Because let's use examples real quick. Who have we seen referenced as a hoe who has multiple times been wife? We have Kim Kardashian. We have Drea Michelle. We have Amber Rose. We have Joy Chavez. We have all these. Hold on. I can keep
allegedly.
We have Lori Harvey. Let's be very clear.
Allegedly.
These are all.
Jesus Christ.
One moment. These are all just examples of women who have unfortunately bared this label based on society, based on their past experiences. We know Amber Rose was a dancer in Philly, allegedly, but her story as well. Same as Drea. These women have shared their stories, but yet we have seen them be wiped. We have seen them with rings. We have seen them with children. We have seen them in long-standing relationships. I think it is very clear that these women are wipeable. The problem is men sit here and get with the women that they know and expect them to be something completely different without accepting the women that they just choose to be with. I think that's the problem. The same way we see a lot of men want to date a stripper, and then as soon as they fall in love, they want to take her out the strip club.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like, allow this woman who you met to still have fun and go out and club. Allow this woman to still maybe have threesomes with you or engage in frivolous sex acts that you know she enjoys. The problem is men get with these women and then want to cage them up, want to sit here and turn them into people that they're not.
Yeah.
Instead of just dating the woman that they liked. You like hoes. Men don't want to admit that they like hoes. That's the problem. Wife these hoes with pride, men. Wife them with pride.
Bad financial advice, yo. Now, ladies, if y'all trying to catch a simp, go for it. But fellas,
clip that up.
Shout out to 21 Savage. That man was at the slut walk, walking around waving a flag. Them the type of fellas we need out here.
Great PR move and left her and went with.
Don't do that. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Shotty, I can't stand you.
B. So
I've go ahead, Shotty.
No, go ahead.
No, I got one more media question. I know you and Joe went through your turmoil. You seen Royal Mall. You're going through your stuff now. Do you think this is an issue in our community or just in podcasting and broadcasting in general? Like I talk about it all the time on Market Mondays. Like Disney's going through hell, media's being reshaped, but I think there's an incredible opportunity over the next decade. Like, what's the bigger issue in podcasting and media that people are not seeing right now, as in terms of the industry?
I mean, I think that we're dealing with the same exact thing that's happening with the streaming and film and music industry. I think people spent a lot, like the pandemic really gave people a false sense on what they could spend, what they had. We see that there's real estate buildings literally sitting, and these companies are trying to offload their rent expenses, salaries, because they overpaid people. We saw an influx of people getting paid 2 salaries because they were able to be virtual for these companies. A lot of companies thought they could get into the podcast space. Let's be very clear, coming from film industry and music, and a motherfucker was giving $1 million deals out, not knowing how to get their money back. So there was no real idea of an ROI on a lot of the deals that were being made. We see Spotify ended up not re-signing Call Her Daddy. We see that they dropped millions of dollars into Michelle Obama, Meghan Markle, Kim Kardashian.
Will Smith,
a lot of these celebrities that not only never produced a show, but let's be extremely clear. A lot of us don't want to hear these celebrities talk because they barely have anything to fucking say. They're media trained. They're not that great on the microphone. And unfortunately, what it did is it took a lot of money from those of us that can actually come into this media space with something to say, with a brand to grow. I don't know. I think they very what would I say? You saying that the next decade could be interesting in media. I think that I don't know. If we go back 10 years from today and view the landscape of what technology had to offer, the social medias, there's been so much of a change. I don't think that we could even begin to think of where the media landscape will be in 10 years. I'm literally thinking of, okay, what does the next year look like for me? 2 years. I'm pitching television shows right now. I'm trying to create an animated series. I'm trying to get into the other, holes of media, only because podcasting right now is not so great.